Hi you guys, it's Amanda with Healthy House on the Block, and I am here with our weekly topic of creating a healthy house. This week we are going to look more into what neurotoxins are and where they're found in your home. So lately this term neurotoxin has been coming up everywhere. I've been seeing it in my feeds on social media, and even in my discussions with my clients, it's been coming up more and more. And so I knew that I needed to do a little bit more research and really figure out where these are in the home that are spots where maybe it's easy to get rid of these in a day. I also wanted to come up with a long-term plan for you guys and give you an idea of what you could do over the course of maybe a month or maybe even a year to help reduce these toxins in your home, to really support your central nervous system and to support your brain and your overall health. And so that's what we're going to talk about today and dive deep into this topic of household neurotoxins and how you can fix this in your own home. So I think that the word neurotoxins has really become used more and more in the past year or so. And sometimes when this happens, we just gloss over specifics of this toxin and mentally put it in this category of, I don't know why it's bad, but it's bad. I actually firmly believe that the best way to start changing our home is to understand some of the specific toxins that we're trying to get rid of. Because once you understand what the toxin is and how it impacts your health and wellness, it is so much easier to find a new product or create a new habit to reduce this particular toxin. Neurotoxins are substances that alter the function of the nervous system. Specifically, they alter the function that the nervous system has in communicating with our bodies. And currently, there are over 1,000 chemicals that are known to have an impact on the nervous system of animals and humans. So usually neurotoxins enter the body from environmental sources and typically interrupt normal cell communication within the nervous system. They are usually absorbed through inhalation, ingestion, or skin contact, and can either have long-term impacts or even immediate impacts through disruption of the nervous system. And of course, not all neurotoxins are the same. They can affect the nervous function differently based on the toxicity of the substance, and they can have different impacts depending on the individual's age and health who has come in contact with them. So while it should be understood that household neurotoxins impact the normal communication between cells in the nervous system, it might also be helpful to know some of the more specific ways that our nervous system is negatively impacted by household neurotoxins. Brain inflammation is number one. Neurotoxins can affect the brain in different ways, but one of the ways is by interfering with three functions that can result in inflammation. So first is interfering with mitochondrial function. This is like the powerhouse of the human cell that creates fuel for the rest of the cell. It can also cause an increased level of oxidative stress. The balance between production of free radicals and the ability for the body to detoxify their harmful components is basically what this means. And then finally, there is deregulation, protein turnover. So this is the continual renewal or replacement of protein, and that is disrupted. There's also an increased risk of disease. Diseases such as Alzheimer's or Parkinson's or multiple sclerosis are neuroimmune diseases that interrupt the nervous system's response. Occupational neurotoxins and environmental toxins play a role in these diseases, and added exposure at home can also contribute to the increased risk of these diseases in the future. There's also a decreased immune function potential. So, due to direct damage to the brain tissue or damage to the blood-brain barrier that household neurotoxins cause, it can lead to pollutants entering and accumulating in the brain. This in turn can directly impact the immune system, causing inflammation and changing the immune system cells. And then finally, poor cognitive function. Neurotoxins negatively impact the brain by damaging cells at various levels. This damage can lead to reduced cognitive function in adults and poor cognitive development in children. This can look like trouble remembering new things, difficulty concentrating, or making decisions that affect their everyday life in adults. And in children, it can mean limitations in their communication skills that are age appropriate. It can also mean limited social skills or inability to develop skills to care for themselves. So I classified these neurotoxins into groups, and we're going to talk about ones you can remove right away. So you could remove these today in your home. Air fresheners. So anything with fragrance generally contains neurotoxins. Phthalates are found in fragrance compounds, which are considered to be trade secret, and so the specifics are often unknown. But we do know that these toxins, as well as chemical sensitizers that are added to products, both have been classified as neurotoxins that negatively impact the brain. Imagine how you could detox your space if you got rid of scented candles, air fresheners, wax melts, or air sprays. It is a huge source for your home's toxic load that can easily be avoided. You can also remove toxic house dust. I often think that toxic house dust contains a bit of everything from around our house, including household neurotoxins. Flame retardants and stain treatments on our furniture end up in our dust, which ends up in and around our house. Dust can be inhaled into our lungs as well as ingested when it begins to accumulate. So if you make it a point to reduce dust by using a wet cloth to dust, or I use these amazing dusting mitts, and then maybe using a HEPA filter vacuum to get all the places that collect dust, you are going to be ahead of the game. You could also get rid of plastic straws and maybe some plastic water bottles. So bisphenol toxins, which are used to replace BPA, are in almost all plastic containers and materials. Bisphenol toxins negatively impact the brain and can stay in the body for very long periods of time. So you could ditch all plastic straws and water bottles today, and then you could make a plan for purchasing maybe just one stainless steel or glass water bottle this week. Often we all have way too many water bottles in our house anyways, and really all we need is just one or two per person. So I also want to talk about toxins you could remove maybe this month. And one big one is water contaminants. Many heavy metals that can either be in your plumbing lines or groundwater sources can actually leach into your water. So heavy metals such as lead, mercury, cadmium, and arsenic are also toxins that cause neurotoxicity. So a simple solution of a water filter can be a highly effective solution. And remember that anything is better than nothing. So aim to have at least your drinking water filtered, and then plan to increase to maybe a whole house filter like Aquasana. Another thing you could get rid of is your shower curtain liner. Shower curtain liners are typically made of PVC, which is a household neurotoxin. It consists of BPAs and phthalates that off-gas in the warm, humid environment of your shower. Plan to replace your shower curtain liner with maybe a natural hemp liner. These naturally dry quickly and prevent mold and mildew growth. You could also get rid of all your dryer sheets and your fabric softeners. You could make the switch this month. Fabric softeners and dryer sheets contain benzyl acetate and ethanol, which damage the nervous system and cause disruption to the brain cells. You can ditch them altogether and just not replace them, or you could use a Healthy House approved laundry fabric softener or wool dryer balls in their place, which are non-toxic. So you could also work on getting rid of particulate matter, and for this you would want an air purifier. You could make it a goal to get a high quality air purifier this month. This will help reduce the particulate matter around your home, which has been linked to neurotoxicity in a variety of studies. Particulate matter in the home can contain toxins from asphalt, pesticides, flame retardants, even mold spores. So getting a really good air purifier will help reduce these toxins from your home and your space. Of course, my healthy house pick is pictured here, the Medify air purifiers, which to me are an extremely high quality and totally affordable option. You can get a discount code for 15% off on my blog post this week. And then some really big things you could plan for in the future. So these are things you could do in the next year. You could get rid of toxic vinyl flooring or your synthetic carpet. So vinyl flooring contains PVC toxins, which are made up of phthalates and a slew of other materials that can off-gas VOCs into the air. And some of these are neurotoxins that you're inhaling. And then synthetic carpet contains flame retardants and a lot of topical treatments that can both contain neurotoxins that end up in our dust at home. So create a plan to replace flooring, which, yes, I really do know this is a huge ask, but flooring is such a huge surface area in our homes that it can very quickly reduce big toxins around your space. You can actually use the Healthy Home Blueprint to plan out your project, and you'll be set when it comes time to complete the actual work. You could also plan to get rid of nonstick pans this year. The PFOAs in nonstick pans off gas and can leach toxins into your food. So it's two things going on at one time. I know it's convenient to have a nonstick pan, but if you can learn to cook with a stainless steel pan or a cast iron skillet, or we use Extrema pots and pans, which was very easy, you'll actually be removing a huge source of neurotoxins from your home. So you can plan ahead for this purchase, as pots and pans can be a pricey upgrade, and then do your best to watch for sales and use coupons. You could also replace your mattress. Flame retardants are in most mattresses, and they've been labeled as a neurotoxin to both adults and children. So make a plan to replace your mattress this year. I know it is a big ask, but budget what it would take to save up for an organic mattress and then continue to watch for sales this year. My top picks are Avocado and Naturepedic, and they do run sales that you can watch for. And then finally, replace your faucets with lead-free certified faucets. This is another big project to plan for. But did you know that faucets are actually allowed to contain lead in the waterway in the United States? It's true. Kitchen and bathroom faucets where you brush your teeth are perfect spots to invest in a lead-free certified faucet such as Kraus faucets. And this means the waterway is guaranteed to be lead-free, which means no lead is going to be leaching into your water. So in the meantime, don't forget that health is really both about reducing toxins that are negatively impacting your health, but also it's about being proactive to help along our systems. So the nervous system is such an intricate system within our body, and it contributes greatly to our overall health and wellness. And the sad truth is that oftentimes we neglect this system. So I have some really easy ways that you can support your nervous system to pair with the detoxing items that we talked about earlier. So first is yoga and stretching. Regular practice of yoga will help reduce cortisol levels, which in turn helps improve the health of the nervous system. The breathing done in yoga can also help activate the parts of the nervous system that reduces your heart rate. Chiropractic care is another way to support your nervous system. It can help keep your spine appropriately aligned, and this allows messages carried through the spine to be uninterrupted or slowed down. So regular adjustments can help your body receive these signals at the right time. You can also really work on your diet. Healthy fats and leafy greens that include good levels of B12 and vitamin D are essential for a healthy nervous system. And keeping these meals consistent in size and on a bit of a schedule can help this too. And then finally, sleep more. Sleep helps strengthen the circuits in the nervous system, which can then help with memory and overall body restoration. So aim for 7 to 8 hours of really good, uninterrupted sleep per night to help support your nervous system. So, while there are a number of toxins found in the home, some of the most concerning are the ones that are negatively impacting your brain and your nervous system. So, make it a point to check the items off of this list to detox your space from dangerous household neurotoxins over the next year. I hope this was helpful, and I hope you can take at least one idea from each of the sections, maybe something that's really simple to do today, and maybe something big that you can plan for that will help reduce neurotoxins in your own space. Please subscribe to my channel because I am here every single week with new ideas and new topics that will help you create a healthier home and a space that truly supports your health and your wellness.